We are running Chiefs the way Jomo Sono ran Jomo Cosmos. Meaning good, he said, I'll be the coach, ... Even if I end up a NFD
This
or
is my team.
I don't care. It's my team. Meaning good, you are saying, even if I'm failing,
it's my team.
It's my team and I'll be the coach. Chiefs is saying, even if we're failing, we don't care. If the person who keeps doing wrong cannot be fired, then how can you correct his wrongs?
Oh, that's deep. I am definitely putting that right in front of the video. Yo guys, this is part 2 of that interview I did with Umandla of Khosi Network. Go subscribe to his channel by clicking on the link that is on the pinned comment. I hope you enjoy this one. Sure.
You see, I'm a free agent, don't just happen.
You know what's funny though? What's funny is that a lot of Chiefs fans who are even watching now will disagree with you when you're saying Chiefs does not have money, because they say to you, oh no, Chiefs has a lot of sponsors. But even those sponsors, we do not know how much money they give Chiefs, because people will say Vodacom gives Chiefs 100 million. But I'm like, of that 100 million, 16 million goes to Dolly on his own. Like, we were talking about 100 million ga Vodacom, 16 million to Dolly alone.
Exactly.
And then there is more money again on salaries. Most teams have found apparently the salaries per month, they like 50% of what the team gets. So per year, that means of that total revenue, however much Chiefs is getting, half of that money already goes to salaries. And as you are saying, we don't just wake up signing free agents for no reason.
Exactly. And this one I want to address to Khosi Nation people. I want to address you guys. This one. Guys, never compare Chiefs and Sundowns when it comes to money. Just never do it. Because I've been explaining this to people to make them understand. Good guys, Kaizer Chiefs makes its money off being the club. That is how they make their money. Meaning, well, if there's an expense, it's the club. If it's the income, it's the club. But their money is based on the club. Meaning that if the league is gonna cost them, if winning the league is 15 million, they can't be spending 200 million to win 15 million. Because why? Their money comes from winning the league.
They're not pumping in more money.
Manje, when you guys compare Sundowns, guys, do you think Patrice Motsepe is chilling up at Sundowns only? His businesses are in mining. He's the 5th richest person in South Africa. I think the last time I checked, they said he's, what was it, about 50 billion,
I don't even know.
Like over 50 billion rand or something like that. That's his net worth. Not to say that's how much all of his businesses make. But what I'm saying is that Sundowns has multiple revenue streams. They come from mining, they come from all of Motsepe's businesses. And then they support a club that is spending more money than they're making. But they don't need the club's football money to survive. Chiefs needs all the football money to survive. All the sponsors that go in there, they have to feed the kitmen, they have to feed Abo Bob, Abo Case. That is the business. They don't have an external business apart from Chiefs. So when they make financial decisions, they can't wake up one morning and say, I lend a 50. This one, 50. They can't, because that is their business. If they do that, Chiefs will finish. They will no longer be a Chiefs. Bankrupt.
And also, the other thing is, Sundowns, when the players win that money, Sundowns does not take that money out.
Exactly.
They just say, spread it among you. That's your money. But if Chiefs win, they're like, oh, we're making some profits. Let's keep it.
And what people don't realize, 200 million to our Patrice and them.
It's like,
guys, that's not money.
Hey, Chiefs is gaming.
Like, that's not money.
I'm meeting out 5.
200 million, guys. That is not money. Because Patrice and them understand that money will come back in maybe 5 to 10 years. Like the Club World Cup now. The money is going to come back. 1 billion.
They've already made back all the money they've spent in probably the last 5-6 years.
Exactly.
$1 billion, bro.
Exactly. $1 billion. But what I'm saying is that some teams don't have the luxury to risk that because the team will not exist. It's like saying, I want to buy all these players, but I'm going to put my house on it.
So if then that's the problem, Jay, on this one, because it also has to do with the season, why not trust the thing that has worked for you so much for so long. Like, I remember when I brought this thing up, Ugutu Shabalala was in Chiefs development. A lot of people do not know this
didn't
because
know that as well.
Uguti ubambone Free State Stars. But it was in Chiefs' development. We let him go. Abum Tanzani, we had to buy him back. You understand ukuthi namanje there are talks of Samkelo Zwane going on loan. You find Uguti might end up leaving Chiefs, and then 5 years from now, when he's 27, we buy him for 15, 20, 30 million. Why is Chiefs then not zooming in and just focusing on development? Because we have this similar situation with Madrid and Barcelona. Madrid is like the best team in the world, and I hate it. But if you look at Barcelona, in Madrid right now, I think it's only Carvajal and Nacho who come from their development. The rest, they just signed these Brazilian wonder kids, about Rodrigo, about Vini, you know. But in Barcelona, you look at the prime Barcelona, Victor Valdez. You look at Abo Puyol. You look at Abo
Pedri, Yamal.
Yeah, saying you showed the prime, not the now.
Oh, not the now.
Like Messi. Let's just talk about
Xavi,
Messi. Only
Iniesta.
Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets.
Yeah.
Those four came from development in Barcelona. And I was watching this documentary which made me realize, hey, actually, we can look at Chiefs and look at Sundowns the same way we look at Madrid and Barcelona at times. Because Barcelona develops the players and then brings them to the senior team.
You guys should be scared. Because Sundowns is starting to adopt both philosophies.
Yeah, that's what
they are buying the best players, but have you seen what they're doing in development? They are scouting the best players across the country. From under 13, under 17, I think under 13, under 15, under 17. Yeah. They are going and fetching all the, even Chiefs lost players to Sundowns recently.
Because why would I say Chiefs?
Exactly.
So
Sundowns is packing, is doing Barcelona from development, Real Madrid. And they play basically Barcelona football, but like the strategy for acquiring the best players is basically almost a Real Madrid, and then play-wise is Barcelona.
Angithi lento engisho mina ukuthi fine, but Sundowns will do that, but I'm saying why can't you adopt that, because we can't match Sundowns financially. It's gonna be worse when they are now developing better players.
And you know what's the issue there? Pride. Pride is the issue. The biggest issue in Kaizer Chiefs is pride. Why do I say this? Kaizer Down Senior decided that he is, when there was age cheating allegations at Chiefs, he closed down the academy. Said he's going to build it from scratch. Meaning he's going to build the best facilities, restructure all of the youth developments and stuff. He did that. Now, why am I saying if he did all of that, a lot of people are going to be like, then why is it not working? Pride. What is the difference between a player in development and a player transitioning to the first team? It's what's being managed in development. Development, a coach in development needs to create a player who is going to be in the senior team.
Sure.
If that does not happen, you are creating good players who cannot transition to the senior team.
You're not preparing them for anything.
Who was good at that? Farouk Khan.
Sure.
Farouk Khan developed player, meaning good Junior Khan and all these players, when they entered Chiefs, they didn't enter and you say, yo, this youngster, and a mistake. No, he entered there and he did something.
Exactly.
It was like, play him again. Play him again. When you were seeing a lineup and he was not there, you complained. Not because you saw him in development shine, because he's shining now.
In the senior team.
He's shining in the senior team. And a lot of people are like, yeah, but it's also how the team does well. When the team does... No, guys. We've been having this issue even under Stuart Baxter and stuff. Like our young players have struggled to fit it. Stuart Baxter had a very good Khosi. Did he play him?
Bench.
Because
Kevin Hunt, what about Labafana from development? And that is where, by the Uzwane also developed those players, getting them ready to the senior team, because when they came, that group, two of them are abroad.
But you're right, ne? But I'm going to disagree. They were not prepared well enough.
Yeah, sure.
Why am I saying that? Till today, if I sit with a Chiefs fan today and I'm like, what position does Happy Mashiani? You must remember, Happy Mashiani
argue as a player as a left wing back.
Left wing back.
Yeah.
Happy Mashiani, when he played under Arthur Zwane, did you guys see him defend? He was playing a left wing back. But
which is not necessarily left back.
Exactly. But if I tell you that every game when Arthur Zwane was in development used to end like Chiefs used to beat teams, high scores,
4-3.
like 5-3, 4-3, meaning we're scoring sharp,
But
defending
yeah.
nothing. Then you take Mashian, you give him to Kevin Hunt,
Yeah.
you give him to like Abu Stuart Baxter,
Yeah.
you give him to those people who are like, are you an attacker or you are a defender?
Simple coaches.
Exactly. So it's like it's not him saying Guti, it's not him saying Guti a left back can't attack.
Yeah.
But your primary job
You must know it and lock it down.
exactly
Yeah.
is to defend. You take Mashiani, you put him defend, he doesn't know positioning. Like, have you seen sometimes Mashiani when he's marking, the team's saying, let's be give that wing a bit of space. He would rather have him play on the line, but don't allow him to cross. What does Mashiani do? He breaks away from that core system. He fetches that defender. That moment that defender passes Mashiani, he has access to the center back.
Yeah.
So you see, but what is that? It's coaching, positioning. All of the. Why do you think Gezane now, when he got to Europe, they asked him, so how is it different? How is Romania different to South Africa? He's like, he's learning basics there in Romania that he didn't learn in South Africa and weren't taken serious. Then they're like what? He says like positioning, Then they're like, how did you not know that at Chiefs? It's because it's development. They didn't build him to know those things.
Yeah. No, I agree with you, Uguti. Vele, even now, we talk to these boys and you are telling them, I remember, I tell my boys, Uguti, okay, in this game we're going to play. Sir, if we score 2 goals, can we skill? Need to skill in. So there's also the thing, Uguti, I think in South Africa, in our football, we skip things. We're too quick to one thing. Before we started recording, we were talking about how a kid will celebrate Uguti, they dribble past you, but you retrieve the ball, but they are still celebrating. So things like that. Uguti, someone who's okibele poleni, and people celebrate that. But my point with Uzwane was that he's been the closest person who has produced people who have played in the senior team as well. Although they are still lacking, like Umshini work rate was nowhere near. Like, I understand good Vele, he's that type of player that does not exist anymore. Well, he's being phased out because about Ozil, all of those players who are playing as number 10s are not surviving. Even Odegaard did not survive Madrid. Comes to Arsenal and then Arteta ends up changing him to not being just a 10 but also being an 8, understanding that you need to work going back as much as you do going forward. So back to your point, Uguti, do you then think that bringing back a person like Farouk Khan, it might not be him or him straight, because I know there's an academy now.
Yeah.
What do we do then to solve this problem of being able to, like, I wouldn't say build a bridge. Yeah, build a bridge between the development and the senior team, because right now we're taking Johnson there. That's another second question, by the way, Guti. Do we still take him there? In fact, let's start with that one. Do we still take Johnson to development after all this nonsense that he showed us?
Johnson, I feel like a lot of footballers left him. I don't mind him being an administrator for a team and giving his football knowledge to a team, but
football knowledge.
He created schools of excellence.
Yeah.
There's certain departments he can do well in. But I think when we talk football, what football needs is the part where I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah.
And especially, I don't know what his exact role is going to be at Chiefs. Like, exactly. Like, is he going to run the whole structure of the development and all of that? Is he going to run how they're going to play and all of those things? I don't know, because that's where I have a problem.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's in touch with what needs to happen in today's age.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say this. Let's not beat around the bush. Our problem is our management.
Yeah.
Our problem is our management. When I say our problem is our management, Mpilo, we are running Chiefs the way Jomo Sono ran Jomo Cosmos. Meaning what he said, I'll be the coach, ... Even if I end up a NFD
This
or
is my team.
I don't care. It's my team. Meaning what you are saying, even if I'm failing,
It's my team.
it's my team and I'll be the coach. Chiefs is saying, even if we're failing, we don't care. We will still be in charge of signing. We will still be in charge of hiring the play of the team, the culture of the team, and all of those things. And that is where the problem lies.
Yeah.
When you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? There's a certain portion of time where we could do this. But now football is at such a level that there are experts who can do this better. Meaning that we can still contribute to it.
Yeah.
But let's put the expert there.
people
Let's
will-
tell the
yeah.
guy, Guti, okay, we are hiring you to be
Here are your
the
codes.
technical director. This is what we want for the club. We want X, Y, and Z. This guy fails,
You fire him.
you fired. Next one, this is what we want. If you don't do it,
Yeah.
Meaning that if this person does not deliver, you fire him. But now, Chiefs management, Abu Bob, and all of the people who are running that, can they get fired?
No.
They're doing bad.
CNC le, has vote.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that if the person who keeps doing wrong cannot be fired, then how can you correct his wrongs?
Oh, that's deep. I am definitely putting that right in front of the video.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that is my problem. My problem is that, and the thing is that I always say this, and I always say this with humility and respect. We love the Mutaungs. We love the product they give us. We love the brand. People go to the stadiums. People buy merchandise. We watch the team every week. Even when it's hurting us, we are there. We are doing all of the things that we have to do. But the thing is that at some point, the Mutaungs need to act like the owners and to act like bosses. Meaning that the bosses need to put people who they can hold accountable.
Yeah.
Meaning that we know they love football, but it's gotten to a stage where football has developed way beyond what they can do.
It evolves like each year.
Exactly.
That's the I was looking how fast this thing transitions to everyone. Like, so I hope Kevin knows now. Because he was complaining, when was this? AFCON.
Yeah.
He was saying, I don't understand the obsession around playing out from the back. I felt bad because this is a pro coach saying something like that.
And you know the funny thing, he went to Manchester City.
It's
In
weird.
the off season, he went to Manchester City to see how they do training. Then he comes and says that.
That had me, and now that he's got his cafe, because we're not in any way saying we're better than him. It's just that it's embarrassing for a coach to say that, knowing that we're in a country that is known for playing or that wants to play football, because Ebola evolves each year. That was my point. Like this season that just ended, the whole thing, box midfield was just so in our faces. Well, some people did not even see that, but everyone was overloading midfield, because at first it was, we have 3 midfielders and then we dropped the 9 to be a false 9. We have 4. But this season was like, hey, we invert a left back. And then people was like, oh, everyone is doing that. Now I'm going to push in a defender there, with Stones, that other season, starting that. Because he started actually that other season pushing Stones into midfield. And then everyone was like, Pep does that. Everyone does that. Rivaldo Kutsela, Pavelo go Pep Light. So all of these things, they point to you, Guti, each year, Uzomangala, this season, you'll find them playing a false goalkeeper. Like,
Exactly.
I won't be surprised if Pep said, keeper Stefan as a false 9. Magna corner, because they found a good, hey, keepers are better in heading because they are taller. You'd be shocked. But every year there is like evolution, and as we are saying, Abagamtaung, they seem to be like.
And my issue is that, look, guys, we are not Sundowns. We are not Sundown. We can't go by Abo Allende and stuff like that. But when you bring that person here, when you're interviewing for those positions, you're gonna be like, this is the budget.
Yeah.
This is what you have to work for.
Sure.
But the quality of player still has to be X factor. So use your connections, whether it's in Europe, South America, get that player who is underutilized. Negotiate, say, come and just, fill out South African football. It's a quick way to get to Qatar. It's the world football does look at South Africa.
Sure.
It's a quick way to get to the Arab leagues. There's players who have gone to China, and you say, Pesitao went straight to Brighton. Lyle Foster, South African player, went to Burnley. Relebogile Mufokeng went for trials with Wolverhampton. You tell them that. And also another thing, pundits when they're reviewing the Euros, when they're reviewing the World Cup, they come do it in South Africa for Super Sport. So what does that mean? When they're here, they visit the local teams. Or when they always visit the Naturena. That's one we know.
Of course.
They always visit Naturena. So what I'm saying is that's how you sell it.
FC.
And you go and sell it to the players outside. Meaning that in South America, there are fantastic players. But because there's an abundance of them, not all of them can go to Europe.
So go get those ones.
Exactly.
Go
Sell
get
them the idea. Guys, Allende is a reject, but wait for Club World Cup. Wait for Club World Cup. If he does what he does, we know he can do. He's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. Then it goes from a reject to where has this guy been?
But then again, you think about it, he was competing against Abo Paqueta. He had no chance.
But what people don't realize now is that Europe has many phases. Europe has many phases. What we view is EPL, La Liga, all of those things. But in those EPLs and La Ligas, there are smaller teams that can use you. For example, Leicester City got N'Golo Kante, all these players that we didn't know.
Ended up going to Chelsea.
Exactly. Yeah. But you get those players. Even Belgium is a good league to go to.
To develop.
Yeah. Exactly. France is a good league. You worth money spenders.
Germany. You know, people don't see Germany because they see off Bayern. But there are a lot of people that come from there.
I will say this. As a South African, that's if we're talking just players in general that we're going to attract from South America, sharp. But when we're talking South African players, hey guys, I'm gonna warn you from my assessment, guys. If you're a South African player, don't go to Germany to go and play in Germany. Don't go there. Our best players have suffered to shine in Germany. I can't
even recall one.
The only one is Barkley, who played for Dortmund. Was it Delron Barkley? So he's the only one who shined. Steven Pienaar, do you know his career there?
No.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying a lot of our players went there. I think about Fernandez went there. Or about Khosi. Exactly. Yeah, but do you know their careers there? But if I tell you that Bongani Zungu was killing Portugal, is it facts? Yes, he was killing. They got to finals of Cups.
I was in France.
He started Portugal. They went to finals of France with Victor Gemers, and then he went to France. And then in France, what happened? He was dominating. It's like Munetsi from, what is it called? Pirates, who went to, I think, Rams or something like that. What I'm showing you is that there's leagues that are more to our... Exactly. Like Portugal, we tend to be able to shine. But you must understand, when you go to Portugal, they still prefer their players. So that is, you just have to be
Every country prefers their players. It's just that England, what they've done is they've accepted the idea that this is a global league. So everyone comes here. But everywhere else.
Yes. But I'm saying some more than others. For example, when you go to the Netherlands, it's difficult for you if you are not at that talent. They are a selling league, but they still want to make sure that they sell their player. So if you get there, you have to be better
than all of those
guys. You see, so that's why players like Thulani Serero were amazing. But they could stay at one club, but he had to downgrade to a lower division club because that team is a selling team. They won't make you a legend there. Like they want to sell you. So when you reach your peak, if there's no buyers, I care. Exactly.
Because there's a 17-year-old doing what you've been.
Exactly. So for South African players, EPL, we've always done well in EPL. We've done well in Belgium. We know Pesita was doing his own thing.
Spain is not our league.
Spain is not our Spain is not our league just because Spain is like Dutch and all of these guys. They still prefer their own players. Why do I say that? Tsepo Masilela was killing in Spain at some point. I forgot which team he was playing for. Killing to a point where Jose Mourinho came, hugged him, playing against Real Madrid, said, "You are a very good player." You see, so I'm saying that there are certain players who can still do well there.
Which is Spain football figure like Netherlands. You must really be developed. Because they develop.
Exactly.
Look at those players. But let me ask you this final question. Do we bring in Farouk Khan then? Or we can find someone else and just give him the assignment?
The thing is that Farouk Khan has always said he wants to have the conversation with Chiefs, but he can't sign himself.
Yeah.
You see, you can't. He's willing to. He has an academy and stuff, and a lot of people make the mistake of thinking someone can own an academy and doesn't have people good enough to run it.
Yeah.
He's the owner of it. It doesn't mean that he does the coaching.
must run it.
Guys, I went to Stars of Academy trials for my nephew at some point in when they were doing trials. There was no Farouk Kande, but all of the people who run the necessary things were there at the trial. Not to say Farouk doesn't attend those things, but the thing is that he gets the right people to run the club. And at the end of the day, it becomes a feeder academy to who? Kaizer Chiefs. We get the first pick of a star. Who is the first pick of the star? Luther Singh. Get first pick of the star. Maswangai, first pick of the star. Why? Because we will have a relationship. Exactly. So what I'm saying is that Farouk Khan can't pick himself. It's up to Chiefs. But what I'm saying is that when Farouk Khan left Chiefs, something happened between Farouk Khan and the management. We don't know what it is, but it's been clear that all journalists and everyone saying he is the best fit for Chiefs development. He has the expertise. He worked with the winning club. He produced a lot of the excellent players. The thing is that if people have an issue with each other, what can we say?
Exactly.
Those people have to sit down and solve it. Those people have to sit down and solve it. Meaning, if Farouk has to go and apologize for whatever he did, he has to go do that. If Kaizer has to maybe say accept that apology, he has to do. But when people are fighting, maybe bad things were said in that thing, and then like relationships don't feel like they can be repaired, but it's not for public information. It's
Kumbulu Covenant when he said, I think they just didn't like me. I laughed. I'm like, wow.
And he did kind of say he was almost alone with Shepherd.
No, Fitz, you know what? Thank you for coming. And for you guys who are watching, we are making another video. I'll link it here to go watch it on Mandla's channel because, collaborations. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, equals, I'll tell you more.